Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. S. Naeem Banu, Assistant Professor of Political Science, Indira Priyadarshini Government Degree College, Namkali, Hyderabad. Today, I am going to discuss about a great philosopher, in fact, who has been regarded as the father of political philosophy, was none other than Plato. Belongs to ancient Greece. He has been described as a poet of ideas, philosopher of beauty, and the founder of the cult of humanitarian life. For him, what is best life and how to lead a best is totally different from what is best order and an organization of human society. It means that he has been given importance to create best society or best order rather than a best life. In this way, he became a great humanist. According to Emerson, a Western political thinker, philosophy means Plato, Plato means philosophy. Yes, definitely it was Plato along with Aristotle who laid the foundation for Greek political philosophy around which the whole Western philosophy revolves. Plato was a great political philosopher as an idealist. According to Bertrand Russell, who wrote a book called History of Political Theory, where he has introduced Western philosophy to the world. He said that without Plato, there is no appearance of truth. Without Plato, there is no introduction of Socrates. Without Plato, in fact, there is no philosophy. It means that it was Plato who has introduced what is truth to the world. In fact, it was Plato who has introduced a great personality, that is Socrates, to the world. And in fact, it was Plato without whom philosophy would have not been introduced, particularly in political field. Plato definitely played an important role in writing the books on political literature. Why? Because Socrates is definitely the first man to create thinking among the people by questioning about the society, about the political life, but he didn't write anything in his life. Once his disciple asked Socrates that why don't he try to write, he said within the short span of life, he didn't want to waste the time. It means that he wanted to create awareness among the people. But Plato, as one of the disciples of Socrates, was the first to write on politics. In this way, he has been regarded as the father of political philosophy. Plato wrote several works which reflect definitely the Socrates philosophy. In fact, according to Bertrand Russell, it was Plato who has cleaned the way that has been shown by Socrates. He picked up all the thorns on the way and cleaned the road. It means that Plato has given conclusion to the philosophy that has been laid or propounded by Socrates. Why? Because everybody knows that Socrates questions the people and never answer. It doesn't mean that he didn't know. He knew the answer, but he wanted to create political awareness among the people. That is the reason why he did not answer. So his concepts remain unexplainable, but Plato tried a lot by discussing with Socrates and has given the concluding part. So in this way we can say that it was Plato who wrote his books systematically, scientifically, rationally, that reflects Socrates' philosophy. Coming to know about Plato's early life. Plato born in Athens in 428 BC in an aristocratic family. His father was Ariston, who belongs to the ruling family. His father, in fact, was one among the 30 Democrats who played an important role in establishing democracy after waging a war where the opposers and the supporters of democracy has fought. Plato's real name was Aristocles. He got the name Plato with his nickname Platon, which means having the broad chest. In fact, Plato was an handsome guy of Athens. Plato has excelled in mathematics, poetry, music. At the early age of his life, means in 409 BC, Plato joined military and in fact waged 3 wars and got a best award, bravery award, for showing his excellence in fighting. But he left the military services because of violence. Coming to know the Plato's relationship with that of Socrates, definitely Plato was Socrates' disciple. In fact, Plato met Socrates at the age of 20, and since then he was under the hypnotic spell of Socrates. The relationship between Socrates and Plato that reflects master-disciple relationship like that of Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Swami Vivekananda at Chicago conference talked about his master's greatness by saying that I have seen a great man in the world and he was living in India. That reflects about Swami Vivekananda's respect towards his master. In the same way, Plato also, whenever his disciples used to ask about what is truth, Plato used to reply by saying that Socrates was the symbol of truth. In fact, Socrates was truth. He used to say that I am not the philosopher. In fact, the real philosopher was Socrates. I am not the writer, but Socrates was the creator. This reflects how much respect Plato was having on Socrates. Two turning points have been taken place in the life of Plato. One in 399 BC when Socrates has got executed. Another one when he met Socrates in 407 BC at the age of 20. Earlier, Plato used to think that life means family, life means aristocracy, life means ruling. But when he met Socrates, he came to conclude that life means not a family, life means not an aristocracy, life means not a ruling. In fact, life means knowledge. So in this way, a great change has been taken place in the philosophy of Plato. Plato, after meeting with Socrates, has totally changed his ideology from democracy to monarchy, from aristocracy to knowledge. As it is universal truth that a sight or a touch of a great personalities will bring a change in the life of people. This what has become true in the case of Plato. When Plato for the first time met with Socrates, asked him that you are the most intelligent person of the world, so please make me like you. Then Socrates did not reply. In fact, he has seen at Socrates, and that sight of Socrates has brought a great change in the life of Plato. This is also happens in the case of Swami Vivekananda. When Swami Vivekananda has met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he questioned him by asking that whether God exists. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has touched his forehead With that touch, I want to say a person who was not having belief in the God became a great yogi. So either a sight or a touch has brought great changes in the lives of people, and that has become true in case of Plato and Swami Vivekananda simultaneously. So almost all whatever we know about Socrates is from Plato's writings. Plato's four important dialogues out of 13 dialogues have totally devoted to explain about Socrates. Coming to know about Plato's important work, that is Symposium, where Plato has discussed Socrates' conversation in Augusta's party, where they have discussed on the topic of love, where Plato has given the conclusion to Socrates' views that love is definitely a physical, what I want to say, physical um, thirst. So here, another important work of Plato, where Plato has discussed the conversation between Socrates and the king, and the work was Apology. Apology has been regarded as one of the important work where Socrates has defended himself as an accused. Another important work of Plato where he discussed about the conversation that has been taken place between Crito and Socrates, and the name of the work is Crito. Crito basically was a, I want to say, one of the favorite student of Socrates. And in this work, Plato discussed the conversation that has been taken place between Crito and Socrates. Crito has requested Socrates for escaping from punishment, which was totally rejected by Socrates. Another important work which Plato wrote on Socrates was Phaedo, where Plato has discussed the death scene of Socrates. So in this way, it was Socrates' life which came into know to the world only through Plato's writings. However, after the execution of Socrates for charge of corrupting the young, neglecting the gods, criticizing the democracy, okay, Plato left Athens in disgust and travelled widely, as a part of which he met Pythagoras, one of the important mathematicians. So coming to know one of the important, what I want to say, the aspect of Plato's life. Plato's life was his association with that of Socrates. Definitely, Plato started to adopt the philosophy of Socrates and style of debate. In fact, after Socrates' death in 399 BC, Plato left Athens along with some friends and traveled for the next 12 years while studying geometry, geology, astronomy, and religion. Plato's studies directed towards the question of virtue and the formation of noble character, which we can see in his uh, work that is called Republic, where he has discussed about the features of ideal state. So the whole philosophy behind ideal state was based on virtue. One of the important characteristic feature of ideal state was the creation of philosopher king with noble character. So Plato's philosophy revolves around the virtue. In this way, it was Plato who played an important role in continuing the legacy that has been given by Socrates. Plato not only propounded ideal state, but also has propounded several theories like his theory of communism, his theory of education, his theory of justice, even the theory of forms of Plato, totally devoted to describe what I want to say, in fact, question virtue and creation of the noble character of the coming to know about Plato's views regarding democracy. Okay, he, because of the execution that has been taken place to Socrates, has become anti-democrat. Why? Because he believes that even I want to say one thing, that though his father and his forefathers were the lovers of democracy or the rulers of democracy, in fact, in Athens, but he has totally opposed it. Not only it has happened with Plato, but even Socrates, Aristotle, even Machiavelli also opposed democracy. So what I want to say, up to the age of 20, he was the lover of democracy. But after 20 years, when he met Socrates, he became anti-democrat. Why? Why? Because one thing I want to say, that Socrates, if we want to take into consideration, in his whole life did not expose the fact that democracy was the worst form of government. In fact, he started questioning the existing system. But whereas here Plato has came to conclude that democracy was the mob government. Why? Why? Because of the fact that it was the system which has executed Socrates, where the mob have taken the decision of executing a great philosopher like Socrates. With this great effect, he has changed his views from democracy to monarchy, and monarchy particularly where the philosopher's rule must be there. Otherwise, it would have also lead to the destruction. That is what Plato believes. Coming to know another important aspect of Plato's life was that uh, his works. He wrote nearly 36 dialogues, that is books, and 13 letters, including Republic. So, which gives a reader's a sense of philosophy as a living and unfinished subject to which they need to continue to finish. Modern scholars, in fact, doubt the authenticity of the writings of Plato. However, after writing his works, okay, were lost until the Renaissance. His works have totally vanished until Renaissance. They have been steadily studied since what I want to say, the beginning of Renaissance period. So the works of Plato had definitely influence in mathematics, science. In fact, played an important role in explaining the difference between arithmetics and logic. In fact, I want to say Plato, through his works, wanted to create a philosophical thinking that has been given by his master Socrates. So, after returning his journey, he has established academy. So, coming to know the role of academy in spreading what I want to say, Socrates' ideology. So, when Plato returned to Athens in 387 BC, he started a school of learning that is called academy, which was eventually described as the first European university. Academy was built, in fact, in a grave dedicated to the famous hero Academus. At Academy, Plato taught the subjects like astronomy, biology, mathematics, political theory, and philosophy. However, Academy continued until it was closed in 529 BC, covering over 900 years of teaching. Plato, through academy, wanted to excel the knowledge that has been given by Socrates his students. So I want to say that Aristotle has joined the academy as a student. Later he was fully influenced by the virtues which Plato has given to his students by inculcating Socratic method of dialectics. The academy was regarded as the first institution of higher learning in Greece. It became the intellectual center in Greece, an equivalent of the first university in fact. Not only in Europe, I want to say in the Greece. It continued its studying for over 900 years until it was dissolved by Justin in 529 AD, along with other pagan institutions. The ultimate subject of all the activities of academy was to achieve final philosophical truth, that is, the method of teaching was definitely questioning and answering argument discussions. Plato did give some lectures, but his main method was oral discussions and dialogues, comparable to modern day seminar class. So, through academy, Plato wanted to spread the knowledge that has been given by Socrates. That was the real tribute of a disciple to the master, I can say. And one of the product of this academy was Aristotle. Aristotle joined the academy. Actually, Aristotle belonged to one of the another Greek city state that was what I want to say, where the Philip was ruling, and his son Alexander belongs. So Aristotle has came to know about academy through his uncle, and he joined academy. Aristotle actually was a great physician, developed initially the interest in studying about medicine, but later with the influence of his uncle, he joined academy. Used to argue with Plato regarding the Plato's theory of either communism of rights and property, either his concept of justice or theory of forms. Aristotle, like how the Plato and Socrates relationship has bound, in the same way, though Aristotle differs in ideology with that of Plato, but always developed a kind of respect towards Plato. Aristotle has been regarded as a realist, whereas Plato has been regarded as. Thus, one of the important contribution of academy was the creation or the formation of a great philosopher, that is Aristotle, who has been regarded as a father of political science. Here, one question will definitely be answered, that why Aristotle has been regarded as a father of political science, why not Plato? I have already told you that why not Socrates. So the difference between Aristotle and Plato's ideology definitely lies in the fact that Plato was a great idealist, whereas Aristotle was a great realist. Aristotle never accepted the ideology, the ideas of Plato. He differs. He used to argue with Plato. Plato believed in idealism. The ideal state of Plato definitely reflects the fact that it is very difficult to follow, but whereas the philosophy that has been reflected by Aristotle was universally applicable, as the theories like justification of slavery, okay, the theory of what I want to say, justice, particularly the distributive justice of Aristotle, has been universally applicable. In fact, why Aristotle has been regarded as a father of political science? Because after analyzing, conducting research in nearly 158 constitutions of the world, Aristotle has laid the classified the government into 6 types, which even now also being referred as one of the best process of understanding the forms of government, and that is the reason why Aristotle has been regarded as a father of political science, who wrote the book called Politics. Coming to know other books of Plato were Republic, last statesman. There is a need that we should discuss a little bit about what that is there in Republic. Republic was definitely a dialogue, was an analogous of Plato's ideas in the field of ethics, metaphysics, philosophy, and politics. Its basic theme was justice. In fact, the whole, what I want to say, the Republic has revolved around justice and the benefit of that accrued from being a just. Coming to know, another important work of Plato was Statesman. Statesman, where Plato defended the superiority of the rule of law. Plato defined statesman as one who was entitled to rule without laws and the consent of his subjects, for he knew the fact that what was the best for them. Coming to know another important book that is called The Laws, which was the largest, in fact, the longest dialogues of Plato. It regarded as the mixed constitution as the best for it is moderated between the two extremes, that is despotism and freedom. Though Aristotle rejected Plato's Republic and accepted most of the arguments of the Laws, it is for this reason that Aristotle's ideal state is always be remain as Plato's second best state. So what I want, this is what Sabine has quoted. So according to Plato, who believes the virtues which has been given by Socrates and made the basis of his philosophy, okay, he was totally, I want to say, the subject which he taught at academy included philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and geometry. It is interesting to know that the two women students were the members of the academy. That reflects the fact that Plato has given equality of sexes, unlike Aristotle. In fact, the idea of collegiate co-education is apparently as old as the idea of college itself. Thus, like other ideas proposed by the school, provoked criticism as higher education for women went directly against the tradition of the times. However, the academy was a great success. Aristotle came to Plato's academy in 367 BC at the age of 17 and remained there until Plato's death in 347 BC. This is what the importance that has been revolved around what I want to say, Aristotle connection with that of Plato. However, before going to conclude, I want to discuss the influence of various persons on Plato. Plato was not only influenced by Socrates or Socrates' ideas of what I want to say, ideology of virtues, are giving importance to state rather than individual. These are the very important topics from which Plato was totally influenced by Socrates. Socrates' concept of virtue is knowledge was in fact the basis of the whole philosophy of Plato. The very foundation of academy was to inculcate the spirit of the knowledge as the foundation of truth, uh, which has observed by Plato. So knowledge here is the main attractive form of the schools, which has definitely attracted the attention of not only Greek city-states but also outside the Greece, I want to say. Another important person which has profound influence on Plato's ideology was Pythagoras. In fact, Plato borrowed the ideas of mathematics, sexual equality, immortality of human soul, and the idea of philosopher king, and visited from Pythagoras. When he visited, what I want to say, the other European countries, he met with Pythagoras, where he was fully influenced by the mathematical values of what I want to say Pythagoras. He founded what I want to say one of the important element of academy was mathematics, means geometry, okay, arithmetics, plane and solid geometry were the important aspects of the teachings in academy. He was also influenced by Parmenides. From him, he got the knowledge of senses, as senses are the source of errors, as what Plato believes that the emotions of the man were totally determined by the sensual, what I want to say, the satisfaction. So, and which was responsible for all kinds of errors in the life of man. So, in this way, Plato was not only influenced by Socrates but by other philosophers of his time. So in this way, Plato played an important role in laying down the foundations for Greek philosophy, which has become the basis for Western political thought. Thank you very much.